Today I'm going to share with you 5 things I want you to know about your body, whether you're in premenopause or you're going through menopause or you're just a woman over 40 who's struggling. And the reason I'm going to share this with you guys is because, the first time I went into menopause, I was 33 years old. They moved my ovaries, they tacked them up into my rib cage, and they completely shut down. I went through hot flashes, hair loss, weight gain, the whole entire thing. I still go through periods intermittently. So I've gone through twice where they actually just completely shut down. And so who knows when I'm going to actually enter it for the final time, but it's something that I know very, very, very well. It's something that I've struggled with just because of my cancer, my surgical history and things like that. And so I know what you're going through, and I know how frustrating it is to feel like you don't understand your body and you feel like your body is fighting against you. And so I'm going to share with you a few things that I want you to know, because the reality is you're not crazy. What used to work isn't working anymore. And it's not because you have some failure as a human, it's because your body has changed. And so I'm going to go through these with you. Number 5 is my favorite, and I'm going to kind of give you like a little bonus one at the end. So number 1 is, as you're going through these hormonal changes, you become more prone to gut issues, which is why I always tell women, like, you cannot fix your hormones without fixing your gut first. You have got to give your gut the right kind of support. It's because of the hormonal changes. You're more prone to leaky gut, which will lead to autoimmune conditions, SIBO, a number of things like that. Your liver is affected as well, which again is 10 to 15% of your metabolism. And so you are more prone to gut issues. Now, the other thing that gut issues do is they interfere with your metabolism, because that's where your food is digested. And so number 1 is your gut. You've got to be able to support your gut. And this is not just doing things like taking probiotics. It's reducing stress. It's chewing your foods. It's doing an actual gut testing. So number 1 is that your gut is definitely impacted by this, okay? Number 2 is insulin resistance. And so I shared this on Tuesday, but because of the way that your body is now storing fat and the inflammatory factors of that fat, you are more prone to insulin resistance. So that means that your blood sugar tends to stay higher. Insulin is shuttling more of that sugar into your cell, less of it's being shuttled into your cells, and so it's being stored as fat because your cells don't need it. And so insulin tends to be a fat storage hormone, and so as we age, women, and we're going through hormonal changes, we become more insulin resistant. Number 3 is that you don't have to deal with hot flashes and shitty sleep. Okay, these are completely avoidable. They're completely fixable, and they're in fact quite easy to fix. Part of it has to be lifestyle. The other part of it is the right kinds of supplements for your body. And so you do not have to suffer with that, because at the end of the day, you're never going to lose weight and stop being so damn grumpy if you're not sleeping. So that's number 3. Number 4 is that you're less resilient than you used to be. Like it or not, as we age, we become less resilient. And so burning the candle at both ends, not sleeping, go 24/7 is absolutely destroying your body now. Your body is less resilient. And so the stress management pieces become even more important. Physical stress, mental stress, emotional stress. You've got to, like, stress management becomes non-negotiable if you want to lose the weight. Your body doesn't feel safe. It's never going to help you lose the weight, and you are less resilient. And so even if you're not pulling all-nighters, right, being stuck in traffic, being frustrated with the kids, all of these things, we are less resilient to stress, and it has more of an impact on our body. And so this is kind of like a negative feedback loop, right? So more stress is going to make us gain more weight, and then gain more weight is going to make us more stressed. Imbalanced hormones makes us more snappy makes us more stressed. And so it becomes sort of this negative, like, ping pong ball going back and forth, just making the issue worse and worse and worse and worse. And so again, you cannot just supplement and take HRT to get yourself out of this. It requires actual lifestyle changes, 100%. Okay. Number 5 is probably my favorite one. And this is all about the little things. So I know when you were younger, you could just cut carbs, you could go for a run, you could just like starve yourself for a little bit and you'd lose the weight. Now that's going to backfire. Number 5 is all about the little things. The little things matter more now than they used to. What do I mean by the little things? Getting sunshine in the morning, practicing meditation, having some quiet time, eating the right amount of vegetables, eating your protein, getting your sleep, getting your sunlight, drinking your water. Right? All these little things, when you were younger, you could get away with not doing them. You cannot anymore, and that's because your body is less resilient now. So those little things that are oftentimes, they're boring, they're simple, they feel like the basics, they matter so much more now. And so it's really important. Again, these are the lifestyle factors, right? So we can run all the labs, we can do all the hormones, we can do all of the things. But at the end of the day, if you actually really, really, really want to get to a place where you are thriving in your life, you've got to be paying attention to the little things, getting your steps in, right? Getting your sleep, not sitting for too long, sunshine first thing in the morning, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, like all these little things, your micronutrients, right? Making sure that we're paying attention to the low hanging fruit that, again, when you were younger, because you were more resilient, you could get away with not doing them. They matter so much more now. And because of numbers 1 through 5, your gut, your insulin, your liver, your resilience, your stress, your sleep, your hot flashes, all these little things, because of these things, that's why what used to work no longer works. What used to work is making you worse now. It's making your body more upset. It's making your hormones worse. It's making your gut worse. It's making these things worse. And so the longer and longer and longer you keep digging in and doing the things that you used to do, the more this problem is actually going to compound, the more your body is going to dig its heels in and actually fight back. You have got to do different strategies now, guys. What used to work isn't going to work because of your insulin, your blood sugar, your gut, your resilience, your stress, because of all these things. And the root of them, the thing that started a lot of them, was the fact that your hormones are changing, right? And so it's really, really, really important that you pay attention to all of these things when you are going about. It's not just food and exercise, guys. That's old news. That worked when you're 25. You are not 25 anymore. You've got to start paying attention to all these little things. So I don't want you to be frustrated with your body. I want you to pick one of these things. Do you want to start working on your gut? Do you want to focus on your insulin? Do you want to focus on stress management? Do you want to focus on the little things, right? Do you want to get your steps in and your sunlight? Which thing can you focus on today? Because you've got to, like, non-negotiable, you have to start paying attention to these things. If you want to lose the weight, if you want to feel good again, if you want to get your energy back, if you want to stop being snappy, if you want all of these things, you got to start somewhere. You can't start with all of them. Pick just one today, and let's start working on it. All right, guys, you don't need to be frustrated with your body anymore. It doesn't have to be like that. There is a way to find balance, to lose the weight, to love yourself again, but it's not the way that you're used to. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day.